All right, welcome to the compound, people in the shop. There's a couple things I want to go over tonight, and we'll get right at them. We've been having an issue here. I have, of course, as you know, the outdoor wood boiler, and from time to time, you need to take even the wood that's split and break it down into kindling. It makes it a little easier for like when you're changing the ashes out. You just throw a bed of kindling in there, and it catches a lot quicker on the red coals. And I like to actually take the kindling and break up a couple pieces so that at night when you pack the boiler full, you can take some pieces and go all the way around it and really get a nice overnight burn. I've got this little hatchet that I've had for years, and a lot of people may have the same hatchet. It's this one here with the nylon handle. Yeah, you see the problem? We were using this to split them little pieces for kindling, but I don't know, something's happened here. This is how they put them together. It's like a little nylon stem, and it goes through here. Well, as you can see, there's something in there. What we've got is it looks like it's real brittle. So I think it's actually like some kind of a mortar almost. It looks like mortar or an epoxy, but it's more of a I don't know if you can hear that. It's more of like almost like a glass or a mortar. But you know, I don't know. I'm not going to repair it. I don't think. Maybe I will. I'll get some different epoxy I have and put in there. But what we want to do is I've been looking around at different places. I've been going to Harbor Freight. I've been going to Tractor Supply, Lowe's, and Runnings. And for a while now, I've been wanting to get this axe, this little axe. It's called a Fiskars. Okay, you see about how big it is. You know, they vary. They really vary in price. Now, the cheapest place was not, no, I don't think Harbor Freight carries these, but I was looking for small axes, let's say. I think this one actually came from Harbor Freight. This one here, the same exact hatchet, axe, whatever you want to call it, mini axe, at Lowe's and Runnings was about the same, $49. Tractor Supply and Oneida have these for $39.99 regular price. So, ding, 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 ding. The winner went to Tractor Supply in Oneida. And the other thing I'll say about the Tractor Supply in Oneida, not all the Tractor Supplies are equal. And what I mean by that is it depends on who's doing the ordering, I found out. Secondly, in Oneida, they've got a staff there that I will say is second class to none. They're probably the best, friendliest, the most knowledgeable out of all the Tractor Supplies in my region. I would award them with the #1 award. And you know, you would think that it would be probably a guy running the store or whatever, but I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. But I do know there is a female manager there, and she's very nice, very knowledgeable, and I would recommend if you're going to buy something from Tractor Supply that you would go there. They treat their people good, and like I said, they're not afraid to go out and get propane, or like last week I went and got some CO2 and argon for the welder. She went right outside in the cold elements, walked right out, no problem, didn't complain, grabbed it, turned around, went in there, and I was on my way. But they're very helpful. They come up to the customers and they try to help you out with what you really want. But tonight, this is what I really wanted. And I don't know if they intended this when they sell these at Fiskars. It says this chops up to 3 times deeper. Okay. It's got some Spanish on here. Corta hasta 3 veces más profundo. Okay, and then it says it's a 23-inch or 58 centimeter handle, I believe, tip to tip. Now, I don't know if they intended this, but this is how you unleash the axe out of there. I'm not going to throw this away. I'm actually going to mount this, I think, on the wall. Either it be in the wall of the shed or even in the wall of the house. I mean, here's why. That's pretty easy. That's a pretty easy setup to put it back in. Just set it in there. I'm doing it left-handed. I'm not a lefty. But you can put it in there. Hold on a second. There it is. And then you just lock that tab down. Now let's just say, for example, someone's breaking in your house at night. And, you know, you can't get to your pistol and maybe your shotgun is in the other room. And it's coming fast and heavy. And you know where your axe is right offhand. All you need to do is flip this up. Boom. You're ready to take someone down. You know what I mean? You're ready to go at it with somebody and combat them in your home, self-defense style. Now, this would be up close and personal, but they got a really good chance of not making it, especially at my house, because I'm going to swing furiously. But we're going to make them count. But anyway, that's another reason that you might want to mount that on the wall. One click of the button, and you're basically ready to defend your home. Whether it be a wolf or another animal or a bear or a pedophile or you name it. We'd be able to handle ourselves, whether it would be in the garage or out in the woods. So I'm going to pull this off. Okay. Really happy with it. In the hand, it feels really balanced. Even one-handed. The handle's hollow. But I've been reading a lot of reviews on these, and seems like everybody likes these. Not this particular size, but the brand itself seems like everybody really likes. So, you know, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a go. The other thing, I've got a couple other things I want to introduce tonight. But, you know, finishing up here on the Fiskars. This bad boy seems really durable. And I just really like it. The handle and everything's really good. We're going to give you some live action on this maybe tomorrow. I'll get outside with it when it's light out. It gets so dark now, it feels like it's midnight when it's only 7 o'clock at night. But I'm going to get some good, just by feeling it though, it feels like it feels good in the hand. Like you could take it, it's light enough that if you wanted to take something and kind of shave it, you could, or a steady swing. You know, you could bring this down on a shoulder of a tree or even a shoulder of an assailant coming through your home and basically isolate the situation. But that's the axe situation. What other situation we have? Oh, I want to give you an update on the chemo. It's called a KIMO, chemo. Very, very happy with this. Now, I did a review on this maybe a month or two ago. This was $79. It comes with a little set of sockets, deep well 1/2-inch drive sockets, impact sockets. It comes with a charger, and it comes with this battery. And as you see on the back, you see the lights? It tells you your battery status. And this one's fully charged. Really quiet. But I'm going to tell you something. If you want to get someone a good gift, get on Amazon and you get them this. I'm going to tell you right now, it's small. It's the smallest 1/2-inch drive impact that I've ever used with this much power. I went out to my old Dodge frame out there and with some, I had some old bolts coming out of the shackles on the springs. I was amazed. It walked them right out. But that's the chemo, and I'm really happy with it. When you got to pop a tire on or off, I just put my daughter's tires on her car the other night, broke them all free, and she just had her car inspected, and the people that inspected it, which I asked her which tire, she said the driver's front. Well, I didn't even really need to ask her because the other ones had come off nice, and that one there, you could tell, it put the gun to the test, but it definitely backed them out. Whoever put that tire on probably had an air gun, and they ratcheted them right down. And that's another side note. If you have your car worked on by anybody, you know, you can tell the service manager or whoever's working on your car, you can request and tell them, look, have a mechanic torque the tires. And the reason you want them to torque them, they have these little torque sticks that when you run something down, even with the air gun, if it's too much, the torque stick will flex and only let it torque to a certain range. But if not, tell them to torque your tires, because if you get a flat and you don't have AAA, or even if you do have AAA, they're going to struggle. And sometimes, you know, you can wind up breaking a stud off on your tire thinking that, oh, well, it just broke off. No, they over-tightened it. And the situation is when you tighten something down, when you have threads, right? If these are your threads on your stud, when you tighten something down, you're actually stretching the threads is what you're doing. So there's a tolerance, right? And that's what keeps the nut or the fastener held on there, because you're actually stretching the threads. If you overstretch the threads, you can actually rip the threads right off or damage the stud, damage the bolt, damage the nut, whatever. So it's important to tell them that you want your tires, whichever one they pulled off, you want them torqued and not just ran down tight. That's just a little side note. The other thing I wanted to show you, so the chemo's good. That's been really performing well. I picked up this this Merlin. It's called a digital tire pressure gauge. Highly accurate, professional quality tire gauge with 0.1 psi increments. Includes 2 tire chocks. Well, I don't know about 2 tire chocks, but they did give me 1 extra one. This is like a little filler that they give you. It's pretty nice. This is the one here. You just put this on. You hold it on the tire. Now what you want to do first is you want to turn this on, right? You turn it on. You can see that. It's really nice. And there's different, you can select this around. There's different units on here, but you want to have it on PSI. And then, as you see it there, so when you put this on, say you set it to like 35 or 38, and you fill the tire up like I did my daughter's the other night. I went over just a little bit, and all you got to do is take this little button, and you can see it come down. I mean, don't mind the sound effects. That's kind of like what it sounds like. But you can take and watch this come down in increments until you get them all equally the same. And why that's important is you want your tires equally air pressure so that you can they can all wear together evenly. And let's say, for example, like I'm in the northern belt of the country where it's cold and it's warm. In the summer it's warm, and in the winter it's cold. If your tire pressure says maximum 45 or maximum 40, you want to bring it close to that range, but yet leave yourself enough room so that, let's say it's cold out right now, and you say, if let's for argument's sake says 45 is your max. I would set it no more than 40, 42 at the most, because if you wait and then summer comes around and your tires with the warmer air, the air is going to expand inside your tire a little bit, and it's going to increase that pressure. So always remember that. And if you keep it on the higher end of the tolerance, 42, 40, if your pressure says max 45, your gas mileage will be a little bit better too. But you need good tread. You can't be doing that if you got cords showing and everything else. So anyway, that's the tire, the Merlin. Okay, it's digital. It's really, really nice. And I don't know why I haven't had one of these sooner. But the whip is nice and long. It looks like about an 18-inch whip. It's got a rubberized coating on the outside. It's very nice. The other thing is that I wanted to show you was on the lathe last night. Schrader tools. Let's talk about a Schrader tool. A Schrader tool is a tool that helps you pull the valve stem guts out of a valve stem on a tire. And what I did was I turned this last night on the lathe, and what I did, you can see the little notch here. I cut that in after, but I made it long enough so that you can reach in with this here and get the Schrader valve out. And it's knurled. You see the knurling on the ends. I did that on the lathe, so that when it's greasy or if it's got a little oil in your fingers, you still can grip it good. and it lets you spin it in and lets you spin it back out. And those are little Schrader tools. You can buy them if you find them. You know, sometimes they're in the stores. They're kind of cheap, but I just use regular steel, and I turned it out on a lathe. If anybody wants one of these, just holler at me. I can make you one and send it to you. And there you go. But yeah, Schrader tool. I made that the other night. What else can we talk about? I think that's about it. Really happy with the Merlin. I'm really happy with the chemo. We're going to give you some live action on the Fiskars, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to see how it works out. But I'm not a big sticker person. Like these stickers, I'm going to pull them off because at the end of the day, you know, I really, even if it turns out to be a bad situation where I don't like it, I'll just throw it in the garbage or whatever. But I know enough people that have bought these that have said that they really are nice. So, but there you go. This one here is kind of etched into it. I will leave that there. We're not going to sand it off or nothing. But these other ones, you know, you turn around and when you're swinging it, the stickers will be rubbing off. And anyway, there we are. There we are. So I hope you enjoyed the review on this stuff. I'm going to get some live action on it for you and see if that turns out to be a situation that says you may want one of these Fiskars. I don't know. Again, there's the cover. We're going to drill some holes and anchor this to the wall. And then I'll be able to just reach around and grab it off the wall easy. But, all right, this is Bri over here at the compound. We hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday night. And the other thing you want to do is if you've got your equipment ready for winter, and or you haven't got it ready, you better start thinking of that. It's December 2nd. We have no snow on the ground here in the area where I'm at, which is upstate New York. But it's coming eventually. Winter's coming for us. So if you've got a snow blower, if you've got a plow truck or a four-wheeler, make sure you change the oil, make sure you change the filters, grease all the pivoting points, and make sure that if you have a winch cable, I have a synthetic rope now. Really, really like it. I went out today. I was out actually around the house with it, and I pulled it out and grabbed a few little things and pulled on it. And I'll tell you what, why I didn't have a synthetic rope on my four-wheeler years ago, I don't understand why. It must be I was just trying to be sticking with traditional things, you know. But those cables, once you put a synthetic sling on your winch, I don't think you'll ever go back to a steel one. I really don't. It's so much more easier to use. They're so much more flexible. They're much more forgiving when you're winding them back in. So that's about it for the review on everything I've done lately. I think we're pretty good with all that. And then I get out there tomorrow and I put a little bit of this Fiskar to use. I'll try to get some video coverage for you people. All right, this is Brian. I'm signing out. So you guys have a great night.